Hi class, hope you all had a great weekend and enjoyed your first week in getting to know everybody and our discussions about different types of formative assessments and writing learning objectives. If you have any questions throughout the week about your learning of the content, please reach out to me and ask away. I wanted to go over your week 2 assignment. I've created a lot of different tools to help you be successful, so I wanted to go over those with you instead of just emailing it out. And hopefully this isn't overwhelming and it does provide you the additional guidance to help you be successful. So with your week 2 assignment, what you're going to be doing is an instructional plan design analysis. And if you go under the assignments tab for week 2, you'll have all the instructions here. But what you'll be doing is opening up these 3 different lesson plan templates. So you've got the Common Core, Understanding by Design, and Madeline Hunter's. And what you're going to do is compare and contrast these 3 with keeping in mind these 6 different components. So I did create a little graphic organizer for you, if you will, for those of you that like to write things down. I know I'm one of those people. So as you're comparing and contrasting those 3 lesson plans, you can just quickly jot down, you can print this up and then quickly jot down any similarities you see among all 3 of the lesson plans, and then you can quickly jot down anything that you see different among the 3 lesson plans, and this will help you as you write your analysis. So feel free to use it. If it's not something that caters to your learning style, by all means use something that you find more helpful. So the other thing that I created for you guys is a lesson plan template. So I really encourage you to use this. My students who I do find that students that do use my templates tend to do better on the assignments because it helps to guide them towards achieving all the different criteria involved in this assignment. But it's also set up for you with regards to APA. And I know a lot of times that is a lot of students' main nemesis. So my hope is that this will help guide you and help you understand the appropriate methods for APA. So you'll have your instructional design plan analysis. You can leave this just as is, and you'll see that that word running head is gone on the next page. It's only included in the first page. But again, I've done that for you. All you have to do is include your name, first and last name, my name, and then the date submitted. And then again, I've organized your paper with appropriate headings, again using APA. And what you'll find is here's your introductory heading. One thing to point out is that your introductory heading should never be bold, and it actually should be the same as the title of your paper. A lot of times I'll see students put introduction here, and according to APA, that is not the appropriate way to title your introduction. And then what I do within each, under each heading, I provide description of what should be included underneath each of those headings. So for this one, this is your introduction, and I've included based on the rubric what should be included there. And then you also need to make sure you have a thesis statement, and do not use first person for this paper. It's an analysis paper, so I shouldn't see first person. Again, that's just an error that I see a lot of students use. And then don't forget about the Writing Center. There are so many great resources for you if you're struggling with how to create effective introductions and conclusions and writing a thesis statement. I'm going to show you real quick. If you go to the Writing Center and you go to that link, it will walk you through an effective introduction, and will provide you some samples, and you'll go through, and then read a conclusion. And then the thesis statement, it'll walk you through and how you can create an effective thesis statement. So don't forget about the Writing Center. It's such a great resource for you all to help you improve in those areas. And then what you'll see is after you've done your introduction, you're going to split the paper among the 3 different lesson plans that you analyze. So the first one is Common Core, and in paragraph form, please don't include bullets. You want to make sure that you include all of this stuff. So what were the key components of the lesson? What was different about the lesson plan than the other ones? That's where that graphic organizer might come in handy for you as you're writing. Did the lesson plan have evidence of gradual release of responsibility? Make sure you explain. This is where you can use the Fisher-Fry article to support your points. Describe how assessments were embedded in the lesson plan. Where were they included and how might they help inform the teacher? And then also explain how the lesson plan stimulates critical thinking. And this could be a great place where you can include your own source that you might find through the library to validate whether or not the lesson plan you felt exhibited critical thinking. So you're going to do the same thing for each lesson plan that you're analyzing. And then as you scroll down to the conclusion, a lot of students seem to overlook this part, but this is where you're going to make a selection of what you think is the best instructional lesson plan based on your opinion. You may like all of them, but if you were a teacher and you had to pick one, which one would you like to use? Tell me why, and discuss the elements that are included in that lesson plan that make it particularly strong for you. And again, this is where you can include evidence to support your point. And then what you're going to do is recommend 2 ways that you think you can make that lesson plan even more effective. So there may be parts from the other 2 lesson plans that you wish was included in the one that you selected as the best one, and then explain to me why those 2 different recommendations would make this lesson plan more effective. And then you want to make sure you include your reference, and I've broken it down here. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and open up that. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Writing Center, but it sets you up for APA style, gives you an introduction, how to cite within your paper. This is great. It's a formatting your reference list. And so it gives examples if you use books or websites, online journals. So you click on that and it'll give you an example or the structure of the online journal and then actually give you an example. So these are great resources for you too to ensure that you are meeting the APA guidelines. And I also provide feedback, so be sure to review that and make any changes on future assignments. And the one last thing that I wanted to show you guys that I will give you is an assignment 2 checklist. This, again, I just pulled from the rubric. So this is a great way for you to basically go through your paper before you submit, and in the little checkbox, check yes or no to see if you've met all the criteria. And this just helps you to ensure that you're covering all the components of the assignment. I know in the course, the assignment instructions can seem a bit overwhelming, so I broke it down for you, and hopefully this helps ensure that you include everything you need to. And sometimes I include some questions in here to get you thinking about what you need to do. But I'm hoping this helps guide you. I'm going to put this in the announcements as well as email it to you about your week 2 assignment. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. You can post your questions in the post your instructor thread. Feel free to text me as well. Again, my number is 858-314-0257, and I hope you guys are having a great week. Thanks.